saying y equals cotangent x. And so that's why I chose this, but, I wrote it the same way. I wrote this problem the same way that the 1.1 on the practice exam was written. So we're going to complete it the exact same way. So I'm going to start out by just writing, I'm going to redefine y to be f of x, because to me that makes a little more sense as cotangent x. And then from here, I'm going to, before I even find the rate of change, I'm going to evaluate this function at pi over 6 and 11 pi over 6. So f at pi over 6 is going to be equal to cotangent pi over 6. But if you remember some of your trig identities, right, you know that cotangent x is equal to cosine x divided by sine x. And the good thing is that we know our special angles, or we should know our special angles for cosine and sine. So I'm going to rewrite cotangent pi over 6 as cosine pi over 6 divided by sine pi over 6. Now, does anyone remember what cosine pi over 6 and sine pi over 6 are equal to?
Square root of 3.
Cotangent.
Well, yeah, cotangent pi, it is equal to cotangent pi over 6, but the value's on the unit circle. 1, not quite. It would be 1 if it was pi over 4, but it's not pi over 4.
Square root of 3 over 3.
Yep, Caitlin is right. So cosine pi over 6 is equal to root 3 over 2, and then sine pi over 6 is equal to 1/2. I really suggest that you review your unit circle. If you want, does someone want me to pull up the unit circle real quick to show you why that's the case? Yes? Okay. Give me 1 second to pull that up. So you see this where my cursor is, that's pi over 6, and it goes cosine, sine. You always convert to radians. Yeah, there's a good way to do the unit circle. Like I said, whenever I plan that. Yeah. I can talk about it real quick. I don't want to spend too much time on it, so we can cover more around the entire unit circle is cosine, sine. Yeah, so this whole thing is, you can see kind of the triangles like cosine and sine. So think of the x-axis as cosine and the y-axis as sine. So your first value right there, where I'm circling, is going to, I don't know if you can see, never mind, sorry, I was doing it on the D12 Collaborate screen. So the x is cosine, the y is sine. So your first point in the parentheses is going to be equal to your cosine value, and the second is going to be your sine value. So since we were evaluating cosine at pi over 6, cosine is equal to square root 3 over 2, and same thing, sine pi over 6 is equal to 1/2. I mean, there might be a problem. I wouldn't think there'd be more than one problem that would use it. Maybe there'll be more. I honestly don't know. But maybe it probably isn't super prevalent in this test, but you will need to know this for future tests. A lot of